Alright, can begin, I guess. Cool. What do I have over here? Item. So what I'm gonna do today is just give me a second. Open. Ow. Alright, let's just move it over here. Carry. And basically I'm gonna code the microservice today. The microservice which sends emails to the users. Which emails I'll tell you. Over here, if you see, you'll find. Alright, there is the controller. Which controller was that? Meeting controller. To do. Yeah. Over here, I need a microservice which sends email to the receiver that you have received a new request for the meeting. Right, so basically I'm gonna do that over here. So yep, I guess let's do that. Let's code that particular microservice. I'll be coding that in Node.js because it won't be a very big microservice, so we don't require any such big microservice. I'll be hosting it on AWS Lambda. Basically, serverless are good for cost management also. You don't get extra bills on AWS. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Carry emailer. And yep, init. Text.js and yep, cool. I'll be using resend as the emailer client. Simple to use and really intuitive, I would say. So yep, this is good. Yeah, there we go. I think I already have one of the email service up. See, I am already using it for a password manager, my password manager. So yep, I can add a domain. Okay, plan use on domain. Cool, got it. So let's do one thing. What I'll do is I'll make it understacker.com and basically that will be the email that will be used to send. So yeah, anyways, we can do that later on. For now, I'll be using email this only. And Node.js quick start. There we go. What next do we need to do? Send email using HTML from. Okay, got it. Cool. See, it's easy. You have serverless over here also, like Lambda. What it does is nothing. For Lambda functions, we just have to export a handler function. It automatically gets executed in the beginning. See over here, it does the same thing that they have done. So yep, I can use this. Let's just do one thing. Yeah, I do have it. If I just open it, basically what I need is what is this? Oh, all right. What I need is nothing from this but a simple my API keys of recent. Moving it over here now, and I'll have it. There we go. Cool. Alright, now what I need to do is I've installed. Alright, let's add a .env file and cd cali. And yep, we have written the key. Cool. That'll work. Let's install npmi.env. Oh, cool. index.js require .env.config const API key. There you go. Alright, post.handler. We have this. Alright, now what you need to do is first things first, const resend happens. Does this? Right, fetch api.resend.com. This is the endpoint which you hit. Hey, hi bro, what's up? This is the IP endpoint, right? Uh, emails.ts. Yep, it is a microservice. An email microservice which we discussed for the project. It is what it is. Alright, there will be a service mailer.ts, right? Does it send this dot recent client dot emails dot send? Acha, you have this recent and you just initialize a recent client with your config. Yeah, cool. I guess good to go. Start handler, what is happening? Expected. Oh, okay. Event becomes this. Resend, new resend config. Alright. So first to the client class key we need, right? Send API key. The client is ready, of course. What next? Const. There you go. And what you need? Of course, we need a template, right? Not here, but here. Templates, and I need to install EJS. EJS. I'll be using my pre-made template basically because it's already ready. So let's just simply install EJS. That's it. Here it's installed as a dependency first. Alright, templates में new event.ejs. Right. What do you do now? You save it an instance. Cool. Alright, you have email, then send email. What it does is, alright, cool. You need to have, of course, this is. Or do we need FS? I don't think so. I need EJS. And let's use existing template, which is this. New new unit request from this user. I don't need this. Please check the found. Oh, monolith application as in your personal project or your company project. Don't need this footer. Alright. Yeah, this is more than enough. There we have it. The company always want to learn about microservice, how the microservice communication using Kafka or API layer. Oh, it's actually not a really big deal about microservices. In general, like, okay, let me know if you wanna know how actually microservices communicate with each other in usual. I'll just explain you with a diagram if you wanna know. So just let me know in the chat. What? Is the stream not working properly? What's happening? Alright, cool. So cool. I'll explain it with a basic diagram. See, generally what happens is This is your main server, which is ideally, usually running on EC2 instance or anything like that. Let's say there's a really expensive operation running on your server, all right, which consumes a lot of CPU, or which is basically kind of a secondary operation, or which you know that you can move to another service. So what you usually do is either move it to a new EC2 instance. In general, for non-critical operations, we tend to use serverless, or on AWS, it's called Lambda, right? So what happens over here is there are two ways to invoke this Lambda. One is you directly invoke it using what? Oh, wait a second, man. One is directly invoke using AWS API. Another one is, let's say you want a queue mechanism to be implemented also, right? You basically keep on pushing requests into your queue, and those every single request is processed by this serverless. So what serverless usually does is it creates a new instance for every single request, right? That's why it is pay as you go function, right? What happens in that case generally is you have an API gateway. Cool. This is connected to a queue. Let's say it's SQS in this case, AWS SQS. It's kind of an ecosystem thing, right? Like we tend to use the ecosystem things because it's easier to collaborate with. So what happens is this pushes into this basically tends to let's say trigger a Lambda function, a different Lambda function, which pushes into this SQS. What this API gateway provides you is a simple what do you say, endpoint. You basically hit that endpoint with an HTTP call, with an API call, with your body, required body. It is passed on to this Lambda, then it pushes into it, this SQS. Now you can also proceed directly by pushing into this SQS, or by directly triggering this, invoking this Lambda. There can be multiple approaches to that. This is what I feel is a good approach for me, because in general, because you have a proper API gateway mechanism, right? So you can add multiple checks, like let's say what all requests you want to allow, basically codes policies you can attach, and many more things like that. All right. Now this SQS is connected to this Lambda. What it does is on every event that gets pushed to this SQS, this Lambda is invoked. So let's say this SQS is somewhat like this. Cool. यहाँ पे you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. What will happen is for every single event, this new Lambda will be invoked. So it will process the request. So you're not directly invoking the Lambda. What I feel like is this is a bad way to do it. A big cross over here. This is not the correct way according to me. And this is what is the preferred way. Reason being, you can add multiple codes policies in your API gateways. You can restrict IPs. You can do multiple things. So API gateway is a proper approach to follow, I guess. So this is what a normal microservice would look like. Now coming to, let's say you wanna let's say delay your DB operations, right? You wanna decrease the read and write ratio. In that instance, again, your message queues or message brokers like Kafka is a message broker, right? Those come into play. You basically keep on pushing it into a Kafka thing, and then that Kafka basically processes. There are two things in Kafka, right? One is producer and another is consumer. Basically, it keeps on producing to a particular topic, right? Yeah, it keeps on pushing. The producer keeps on pushing into a topic, and the consumer a single consumer of every single service. Let's say there's a notification service, there's a DB service. Every single consumer can consume events from that topic, and they can proceed as they want. If you want to know about basic jargons, I guess I have it over here in my Obsidian. Yeah, these are the basic jargons for Kafka. So yeah, that is how basically microservices work or interact with each other. In my current project, I'll be directly invoking the Lambda, not going through this long way because I don't think it will be kind of an over engineering thing for a personal project. So yeah, I won't be doing that over here. I hope you understood it. Let me know if you have any other doubt although. Yes. Cool. What we want to do now is have data, right? And data may will have what? Obsidian nodes for Kafka. I have lot. I won't say I have lot. Cool. I don't think I made them public. All right. All right. Let's do one thing. All right. I'll just paste this repo and make it public. Basically, this is the repo where all my Obsidian nodes get synced. Uh, so I'll just make it public and paste the URL. Yeah. All right. I'll make it public. Where is it? Where is it? The Cool. Just maybe clone the repo locally and open it in Obsidian. Everything will be opened. I have this dot Obsidian folder also pasted. SOS. I didn't get SOS basically. Cool. I have added Obsidian notes. I'll just pin it in chat. Can you a little bit elaborate your message? I didn't get you exactly. Alrighty. Let's see this. SQS. Oh, see, basically SQS is also a queue, right? Or ठीक है, queue. See, there are two things: message queues and message brokers. This is the basic difference between message queues and brokers. What Kafka gives us as the what do you say benefits of Kafka, we can have advanced features like as mentioned here. We can have pub sub, right? There can be multiple consumers consuming that. In queue, what happens is, let's say a single microservice consumes an event from queue, it gets popped out of the queue. Another service cannot use it, right? Kafka may you get the liberty that there can be multiple microservices or multiple consumers consuming the same event from the producer, and it won't get deleted immediately after being consumed. So that is kind of a benefit in Kafka as a message broker. And yeah, basically what it does is, okay, just give me a second, I'll show you what happens in Kafka. I have a project src service consumer.js. All right. Let's see producer.js first. See, what it does is it creates a new producer, right? And basically it uses the existing producer also if there's already one. It connects it, then it pushes it into this topic, which is Kafka message topic, right? If you see the constants may, I do have a file constants.js. This is the message topic name. What it does is pushes the whole message thing with its key and its value into the message topic in Kafka. Then there's a consumer which runs every 5 minutes, right? It runs every 5 minutes and consumes messages from that topic. All right. So basically, fetch the inserted messages with their IDs. No, this is not it. This is where it runs. This consumer runs every 5 minutes. All right, and every 5 minutes it does an auto commit and it parses it and pushes it into a message buffer. Message buffer is kind of a local data structure over here, and it pushes into it. Right. What then happens is it flushes those messages. Okay, basically every single message is then a bulk inserted into DB. So what happens over here is basically if you do a bulk insert, it's a single insert operation. But if you just insert 100 messages one by one, then there are 100 write operations in your DB. So it kind of protects your DB. So yeah, that's what Kafka helps you in. Like that's how you delay the operations in Kafka. It's interesting to use Kafka actually. You can try it out if you want to. I would recommend trying it out once at least. Okay, we have a receiver email, sender email, sender name. Yep. Let me know if you want to know anything else. No worries, bro. No worries. Don't forget to like and share the stream. Just keep on supporting. I think now from now on I'll be coming live daily. Actually, it's a good consistent habit, I would say. All right. We have cost receiver email. Data and filter file. I need to pass path. Right. All right. Cost. Acha, we need to have async. Templates and event.js. Then you have file path, and you need to pass. What are the? You have name and email. Right. Okay. What is it saying? You need this. Okay. Then what we need to do is const mails dot send from Cali, and I'll do receiver email and you have subject HTML में we send HTML, right? And then, okay, right, let's do one thing. Let's wrap it inside try catch. Yeah, and this should work, I guess. This is kind of it actually. It sends the email and we send a body. Wait a second. This is lambda invoke API. What do we have over here? अच्छा ठीक है अभी के लिए let's do one thing. ठीक है let's do one thing actually. For now, what I'll do to try it out is I can actually send it invoke function request permittless. There it is. My function arn partial arn then invocation type no. So asynchronously get the no. We don't need this. Levels that fail multiple times the functions data queue if one is configured. Yep. That is what I need. We'll be invoking it as an event. We don't want to invoke it as in synchronous way. A reason being, synchronously will basically pause our whole request, right? That is basically the issue that we are moving the emailing thing to a microservice. So we will be invoking it as an event and log type. Yeah, we'll be using tail. There we go with the payload. This is the payload, right? We can use this. Cool, got it. For now, let's do one thing. I will, acha, over here, AWS SDK. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Function name, invocation type, payload. One input. Payload is a string, obviously. And yep, cool. Let's do one thing. This is cool. अच्छा ठीक है. gh create repo. Public and copy. अच्छा, let's close this. Git. Oh. Cool, this is added. Here is where I want to call it. Cool, handler. Alright, let's just AWS. Let's host it. Alright, let's okay, multi-factor. authentication code is 612415. I have lambda. Cool. I can simply create it over here also, but cool. Let's create a function and from scratch. To what is the node version? 20 now. Let's use 20 actually. And then what I can do is architecture can be whatever we want. Change the body execution role. Is existing role? Oh, code signing. Alright, we don't need any of this actually. Let's simply just create a function. And okay, one thing that we need is reveal it in Finder. We need to zip it. Alright, because we can only upload zips in Lambda. Okay, what is the location? Let's just open it and paste it. Successfully updated. Cool. I just have to refresh it and I'll be able to see the function code. There it is. Okay, okay. Alright, let's do one thing then. Need a zip command. Zip. Do I not have? Right. Zip using terminal. There it is. There we go. There we go. Copy path. Upload. There you go. Should work now. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We have a what the hell, man? Damn it. Just do a dot and it will work actually. That's what we do. I forgot the location actually. Now it should work actually. And yeah, let's see. There we go. We have everything ready in place. Cool, we have everything in place. This will work, right? What we need to do now is, all right. This would integrate AWS, and we need keys, right? All right. We need an IAM account. A second, I don't need to create a new one actually. Uh, yeah, I'll have, oh fuck man, thank God. Oh, I have to change the keys now. Damn it. I'll have to change the keys. Cool. Let's see. Where is my Brave? I'll have my IAM open here. I'll have roles already created roles, I guess. AWS deploy node CLI. There it is. Right, it has everything. What if I just edit this particular user? It has EC2 full access. It has, of course, I am full access. Let's add a permission. Add permissions. And alright, I'll change the keys post this live stream. For now, let's just use this. Cool. So, alright, the permissions are added. Let's go to terminal. Env. What all do I need? Replace access key. Replace simple. Here we go with the SDK. We need this. All right. Let's create a utility, I would say. Need a config. Right. What is the config it takes? What config does it take? All right. Then we have credentials. What else? अच्छा ठीक है. I think I remember something like this. There is something called credentials or something. Yeah, it is setting credentials. Load from JSON file. AWS access key ID, AWS secret access key. Not even also AWS secret access key. Okay, it will automatically read it. So we don't need to pass it explicitly. Function name is Client context, what is this? Okay. Are you going to use API gateway? Not planning to use API gateway. I can use an API gateway, but what right now I'm doing is directly invoking the AWS Lambda. If you want me to use API gateway, I can demonstrate you like how to create a gateway and how to then proceed with that gateway. I can demonstrate that. Not a big deal, I would say. But yeah, right now I was just thinking to invoke the Lambda directly. Let me know if you want to see how API gateway is connected with the Lambda. I'll show it to you. No issues. Payload. Yeah, that's what we need, I guess. And I directly send the payload qualifier is come on, we should have something explaining this. This qualifier in this. All right, cool. See, basically, when you create a Lambda function, you can add a trigger to it, right? This trigger can be different things. Like over here, if you see, there is API gateway, there is CloudFront, right? There are multiple things. S3, Apache Kafka. If you see, you can trigger it using Kafka. Then you have Kinesis. You'll see SQS also. What we'll do is we'll simply select API gateway and just create a new API. If you don't have an existing one, it will be a REST API, right? I'll HTTP API is more than enough actually. Then you get a security, configure the security manager for your API endpoint. Let's make it open for now. Kali email API deployment stage default. Courses. We can configure this later on. Let's just allow it, and let's allow. Cool. Let's allow just codes, and you just add the trigger. All right. Now, if you see, this API gateway is connected to this Lambda. Now, what you can do is go on API gateway. This is the gateway. You get an endpoint. You get an endpoint of this gateway actually. See, this is the endpoint where you can invoke it. Then let's say there are routes that you can allow, or like for example, over here I just need a post route, right? This is the base default route where I'll hit. So the route will basically become the endpoint slash Kali emailer. This is you can attach authorization if you need, right? So that let's say I want to limit this route to my internal user only, right? Then I can add an extra layer of security using authorization, right? Then you have integrations. You don't need this actually. You go in course, everything is allowed. Cool, cool. If you configure it, you can allow post methods, and yep, this cool. This is it actually. Now what you need to do is it becomes easier now for me actually because I don't have to install AWS SDK. I don't have to add my keys or anything like that. All you have to do is hit this API route. So what I'll do is, let's say this is the endpoint, right? What is this? Yeah, it's actually that simple. Like basically connecting an API gateway also gives you simplicity, right? Like otherwise what I have to do is I directly have to invoke my Lambda. I'll have to install my AWS SDK, then I'll have to integrate my keys, right? Basically that's what you have to do to invoke an Lambda. But over here what I can do is simply just trigger that gateway. Like I'll show you how to trigger it. This is the invoke URL, right? Uh, cool colon for default. Let me just ask ChatGPT to attach body to it. Uh, array also attach. This is what I'm sending, right? Uh, Cali Mailer, Cali Mailer dot submit extra chase. What am I sending? Sender name, sender email. All right, there you go. It should ideally okay. So message not found. Uh, Good, great. There should be logs somewhere attached to it. Select access login disabled. Anyways, cool. Integration's done. I have a poster out. Course. Basically, this is what you do to attach an API gateway. Not getting that deep into debugging it because I don't think I'll be using using a gateway for now. I'll be just directly invoking the Lambda. So not getting any further into debugging it. It's just some course issue, most probably. Like if you do this, basically. Alright, wait a second. If you see, there's a default route also attached to it. Attached to this is the basic invoke rule. Sorry, invoke route. So yeah, won't be going that deep into this for now. Let's just delete the gateway first. Delete it. If I refresh this, that should be detached automatically. Oh, what? Of course, delete it. Yeah, that's how you do it. Anyways, let's move back to it. So let me ask GPT to add the payload. Let's add it in this itself. Yeah, there you go. Alright, this is the payload I want to send. Of course, test.com. CDC variable is this. Let me just make it this out, right? Const response, invocation response is this. What's happening? Oh lord, one of two doesn't match. Function string, invocation type string, log string. Type string is not assignable to. Okay. Alright, what else? Function name, invocation type string, payload. What? Argument of type this. No command input. Alright. What's happening? Oh fuck man, I kind of that's why I hate TypeScript in such cases. Doesn't make sense at all. Rogue lambda. Will this work? Let's see if this works. But alright. This is still a main issue. Very nice, not a generic string. Invocation type expects a union type like this. What? What have I done over here then? What's the difference? मैंने क्या करा है? Asynchronous invocation. Is it any different? It's the same, right? ऐसा कुछ. There's no difference. There's no specific difference. So what's the difference? Vision type undefined. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see the docs ones. And docs. Now what's the thing? It's like this, right? It's either one of these. So I'll choose an event. What's the issue over here? Alright, give me a second. I'll be back in a moment. All right, let's continue. What is this? All right, cool. Let's see what's the issue. New command input. That's how it's done over here also. Oh, what's the issue? Exactly what's the issue? It's kind of truthy. What the fuck does this need, man? And oh, got it. Okay, cool. We create the command and we invoke emailer. Let's just do this for now and complete TSC. We will start dev and we schedule meeting. Alright, Thunder client. Meeting schedule request. Let's make it 31. Let's make it 30th. And send a request. Let's see what happens over here. Lambda invoked successfully. And this lambda is invoked successfully, right? It should have ideally sent me the email. Let's see. Monitor. And if we go for CloudWatch logs, local time zone. 1 minute. This is the latest log, right? What is happening over here? 852 milliseconds wait ran successfully, and undefined is not valid JSON at json.parse. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's do a console.log event over here. Console.log event, and this would run it, right? Now I can actually check the logs how it is working. So yep, let's just run it. Let's just send the request once again. Before that, npx plasma studio is up, and meetings I can delete this thing. Delete this one, right? This is being hosted on what, 30th now. Let's delete this. Let me send a request now. Great. Status code 202, and यहाँ पे if I do a view CloudWatch logs, there it is, the latest log. It should have printed the there you go. It is already getting document.ts and index.js. Yeah, there you go. Zip. What? What is this saying now? Text replacement is not a valid JSON. Wow. What if I go here? Arey yaar, the hell man. So just refresh the page. Of course, we also need to add this check key by same time पे the user is not able to create meetings with the same user. That's what we need to check, right? That's a simple check that we need to add. I must have received a new request, which is text not valid JSON.parse. Parse resume. Loading your image now. Okay. What is the billing cost that I'm receiving as of now? Let me just check it once. Is it a really huge bill that I'm getting this time? Yes, actually. Useless cost for me actually. What is it? VPC. Yep, of course. Of course, I'm getting it because of EC2 instance. Alright, no worries. Let me just invoke it now. It was sent, and I got successfully. Create a new cloud request. Cloud what? Sorry. Alright. Let me log. Development. Alright, let's just send a new request. And let's view the CloudWatch logs. If there's a new log created, nope, not log. Right. What the fuck, man? previous object. Data is not defined. Fuck it. I just fucked it up. Alright. Just need it. I don't need anything else, I guess. Alright, this should work now. Right. I just need to upload the code and this should work this time. Save and let's just pause this for now. Let me just delete all these meetings. Is it updated successfully? Yes, it should be. Let's see once. Code source. I don't want to apply except what? Alright, let's monitor and let me just change it to 1 minute ka time span. Okay, 1 hour is good. Cool. Next thing is let's send a request. gmail.com. Let's see if we have any new CloudWatch log added over here. There it is. So data error null. Cool. The email should be sent. Okay, there it is. All right. The email functionality is actually working fine. Right. Oh, what happened to enter it? It's not giving issues. A little bit, I guess. Nope, it's fine. All right. So the email functionality is working fine. This is the basic email that we can use. We can attach a link over here to the user dashboard. But yeah, cool. That's working awesome. What next? Invoke emailer will receive. All right. Right, and payload में there we have it. What do I need to do? Email. Then I need a sender का email. How do you get a sender email? अच्छा ठीक है. Email is include that's all I need. This will work like a charm. And looking mirror, cool. I don't need this now, I need this. Alright, it is working fine actually. Alright, there we go. It's working fine. We received the mail. Ideally, it should work under 1 second or so, so we don't need to increase the time over here. Basically, lambdas can have a maximum executable time of, I think it is 15 minutes. Yeah, they can have a timeout of 15 minutes, and you can increase the storage accordingly. This is RAM, of course, you can increase it according to your use case, but I think 3 seconds is more than enough for our use case, which is emailing. Let's say I do it 5 seconds, and this should be more than enough actually for sending an email. So, yep, microservice is ready. It is working fine. What is the thing? Just restarted, no worries. Cool. Over here, we can add a check. And the check is where alright, this is something we can do. What else can we do over here? As soon as the user does it, he or she will receive an email, right? And yeah, that is it, I guess. Mailer is working fine, Google Auth is working fine, everything is working fine. One thing that we can do is, oh, this is recent.com. Remove this, remove this. I can definitely edit this email address. See, this was the recent email that it sent. So yeah, what I can do is basically edit the email to domains. There we go. We can edit to anujthakur.com. How do you do that? I'm not pretty sure. I guess I have to delete this domain and then regenerate a domain. It will be a long process. Should I do that now or later on? Like basically, should I reassign the domain to this recent or not as of now? Sending a password manager .mstalker.com. That's also good. Mm. General tracking behaviors which are followed in emails. Great, I guess that is it for the microservice. This was something explained today of alrighty. Okay, great. Close this. We don't need this actually. What is this? API.recent.com headers. Acha, it is sending it using this. Okay. Alright, cool. I guess that's it. I'm not gonna do anything else today. That is it for today. The email microservices design. The only major thing left now is designing the front end for our Kali or cal.com clone. And yeah, nothing else major is left out actually. So I guess we can finish it tomorrow. Most probably. Most probably the project will be finished tomorrow. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day or good night. Anyways, bye bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Cool.